Bang, bang. Welcome back to another episode of the GTR Podcast. I'm your co-host Daniel, and I have my co-host Alex over here. Wow, us doing a back-to-back pod and being on time is crazy.
Like, holy shit, man. Like 2 weeks in a row, and I already swore. There we go. I've been trying to all right,
Yeah,
so I've got a little story time that sorry. But yeah, 2 weeks in a row we're doing a pod. This is some rarefied air. I've
man.
never used that phrase in my life.
Yeah,
Wow.
it is different
But
when
I'm
you on the
trying
pod.
to I'm trying to not swear as much because long story short, I was at a Mizzou basketball game and you know how Derrick Rose would yell "fall, bitch" during like when his free throws would like rim out and shit like that.
Yes.
One of our free throws started rimming out, and I yelled "fall, bitch," and a child and his mother walked right in front of me. I was like, "Oh my
Oh, you should
god."
be. Oh man, you should be like. You should feel bad.
I
That's
do
that's terrible.
still. It's been a week and I still feel bad.
That's terrible. Yeah, you need
Yeah.
to. You need to stop curse. You have a
In
cursing
fairness,
problem.
I know. Um,
Like shit.
in
That's pretty
fairness,
bad.
in fairness, they were walking right in front of the student section.
That's fair, but like, damn.
Actually, we got the antlers. They say way worse stuff. We got the antlers, but still, that was. No, I hope you're just giving me shit, but I
No,
felt
that was
really
actually
bad.
terrible. Like, why are you cussing in front of kids?
I didn't see the child.
Like that. Like, be aware of your surroundings, my boy. Do
Yeah, I
better.
know.
Do better.
I I'm I'm trying.
I'm fucking with you. I be cussing around
I
kids all the time. I ain't gonna lie to you.
okay. That's not like the best thing to admit, but I assumed you were fucking with me.
Yeah, I
But I'm
was.
still like I still felt
That's
really bad.
crazy. It's a weekend. You still feel bad. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's been since Saturday. Oh, today is it's 11:57 p.m. Central, but we are recording this the night of March 5th, 2024. Um, yeah, but it's been that happened on Saturday, and I still
So,
feel bad about it.
did you say
Anyway,
sorry when they walk past or something like that or no?
I did. I said, "Oh my god, I'm so sorry."
What did the parents say?
But both of them still just gave me the look of disgust, specifically the mom, and I'm like, I screwed up. But once again, what are you doing? Walking right in front? They walked right in front of the antlers,
Oh, that's tough.
and I don't know how like
I ain't gonna
naturally
lie.
you.
The mom probably said it in front of her son multiple times, so it don't matter.
Yeah, maybe not fall bitch, but like something else.
Something close, like you know, stupid, But
Okay,
anyways, back to
okay.
back to the pod.
Anyway, we don't have a crazy amount narrative wise to talk about. We're going to touch a little bit on the Celtics. I don't know how much there is to say about the Pistons. It's just the same old whatever. In fairness, Fontecchio's been amazing still, but
Tech
we said
nine,
that last
baby.
week.
Tech nine, baby. Ivy can't find the bottom of the barrel from the 3-point line, but oh, I already went
The
to.
thing is, you know what? Let's jump right into the Pistons. The thing is, Jaden Ivey has always been a streaky shooter, and it's not like one, he's young. Young players tend to be streaky, one of the
7.1%.
side effects of having a younger team. Two, he's always been a streaky shooter. Three, his main skill has never been 3-point shooting. It's been his ability to get to the basket and kind of find stuff from there. His turnovers have gotten a bit better, thank goodness. And his
That's ironic that you say his
ability
turnovers got better, even though he just turned the ball over against Miami, and that's a big reason why we lost. But no, but I know.
Miami turns everyone over.
I know, but it's
Miami.
crazy that you said his turnovers got better after what I saw the turnovers.
Yeah, obviously after tonight, but I'm about to say good stuff about the Celtics and probably Warriors. And the Celtics just lost tonight
No Donovan
and
Mitchell.
without Donovan Mitchell.
No D Mitch, bad Evan Mobley game.
In fairness, the Cavs also have looked good even without Donovan Mitchell. So props to them. I actually hope their playoff struggles, I don't want to say have been nullified, but I hope we don't see them as much because I do think like if
They
they
could beat
play
y'all.
up to their ability in the playoffs, they can be a really good team.
They could beat y'all.
Yeah, they can
Like,
probably beat every team in this division
except for
if they on the right night in this
they
division
could
in this conference.
in the
In
conference.
fairness, most teams, but like they do have the potential to beat every team in this conference in a playoff series. It's whether or not they play up to that.
They got the star, they got the defense, they got the secondary ball handler, they got the stuff. Like
They finally have a three who can shoot the ball. Speaking of Max Strus, had one of the clutchest games I've ever seen with my two eyes.
The Dallas Mavericks game where
That was crazy.
he decided not to miss in the fourth. He just decided not to miss.
Props, shout out to him, man. There's him. Isaac Okoro looks great. Like
Dean Wade light shot.
Dean Wade did just light us up. In fairness, haven't we known that Dean Wade is like sneaky not bad at basketball?
Yeah, I know, but he y'all. Boy, 6 for 9.
He made I was like 6 or 8 threes. It was
And then
6
one
threes.
was in the clutch. One was in the clutch too.
Yeah, he had a great game. Shout out to the Cavs.
Down by 22 and came back and stormed.
Yeah, that was a vintage Celtics in the worst way possible.
That's playoff Celtics. I can't wait.
No, we don't blow leads and we don't blow leads in the playoffs. We just never get it because we shoot ourselves in the foot with the turnovers.
That's fair.
I
can't wait to play.
That was like a vintage. That was like a Brad Stevens Celtics or like early Ime Udoka Celtics type deal.
You're right.
I know I'm right. And just as a note for that game, that is proof that like, yeah, the bench production sucks. But you deal with that once we shorten the lineup in the playoffs. I'm sure it'll mean less. Sam Hauser is still a really good 3-point shooter. Yes, he had an off game. That happens, especially from 3. And honestly, it's really just you don't want to harp on it too much. Like stuff happens.
Okay. Great.
The Warriors are still turning it around a little bit, and they just lost by 50 to the Celtics.
No, it was an anomaly. Steph couldn't hit a 3.
So. That was really I felt a little bit bad for Steph that he couldn't hit. Doesn't he have like 5 of these games this season though?
No.
Where you can't hit a 3?
Not 5. 5 is overdoing it. Maybe 2
in an 82 game season.
Maybe 2
I guess
or 3.
He's injured for like 15 of them. So
maybe 2 or 3.
Yeah, but it happens. And then
but don't worry, I can't wait to the playoff. I'll be smoking on that Boston pack.
You only got a $1 bill? I don't have my wallet on me, so I can't.
Exactly. And it's two Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum.
All right. Yeah.
But Boston, y'all solid. Y'all solid. When it's regular season. I need this.
When it's regular. I still
you got some doubt.
Don't have complete confidence in this team, even though we've started to actually drive when the shot's not falling, God forbid.
Which is great.
And Porzingis as a post threat has definitely helped. But
Derek White.
I don't know. We'll see how it looks.
Yeah, we'll see how it looks.
And this is really it. So we'll see how that goes. This is once again, Pistons the same old thing. I've oof.
Huh? Watch out, because Cade
In
is.
fairness, the Pistons got absolutely screwed against the Knicks. I didn't know you were allowed to tackle a dude.
I mean, spear. I mean, like hit. I mean, like
Like, yeah, I don't know what they're complaining about. Like the NFL has been all like,
in
this
that
is how we
spit.
want you to tackle. Why is everyone up in arms? Oh, wait, this isn't the NFL.
This
I
NBA.
don't care. Like, it doesn't matter that it's a 50-50 ball.
He got speared until next week. Shout out, hey, yo, time out. Shout out to Asar because like some regular people like lower body, like his legs would have gave out. Like people's legs would have gave out the way he got hit. Asar just got right back up and said, "Well, guess this is bullshit." Next play, like that's all he did. I
Next
guess
play,
this is
except
bullshit.
the next play was the
Yeah, I
final
know
whistle.
the whistle and then the free
Final
throw.
buzzer. I should say final buzzer. This isn't soccer.
Yeah,
Um,
but
Shout out to Arsenal for not making me severely depressed. Um,
I wanna speak on the Pistons real quick because
yeah, have at it.
um where do I start? Fontecchio and Kate, thank you for being a part of the team. Y'all are great. Fontecchio is really, really good. And we shout out to we slander Troy Reaver a lot. Shout out to that one move he did made to get Fontecchio. We got him for a bag of nothing. Um, I just want us. I just want next season to start as a Pistons fan.
Oh
Just
yeah,
want. Um, I don't know what's going on with this season. I don't know what the goal is for the end of the season. For the rest, what, 18, 19 games that's left. Um, I just want to see something that I can enjoy. Tonight was
hmm
tonight was somewhat enjoyable. I got to see
for the
uh,
first 3 quarters.
first 3 quarters, even closing was enjoyable because they kind of stormed back, but it ain't it. Ivy's in a slump. He can't hit a side of a backboard. Sorry, let me not do that because that's kind of disrespectful. But he can't
Yeah.
make a 3 pointer to save his life right now. As of today, he's shooting 7.1% from three. Um, put that in perspective.
In the past, how many games?
4 games, including the
Yeah,
9 4 games. But the attempts is almost like 25, 26. So
yeah, which is tough.
really, yeah. Um, but hopefully he'll get out the slump. But Ivy, I just need you to get out the slump. Uh, Asar, I love the defense.
Yeah,
I just need the coaching. I need a new coach.
yeah.
I don't know what we're
The thing
doing.
is, the thing is, Detroit paid so much for Monty Williams, but also like
Monty
Tom
is
Gores. This. Have we not learned? Have owners not learned that it never works to meddle in team affairs? Like I know we don't see it a crazy amount in basketball, but look at football. Look at all the teams that happens with.
mm-hmm.
Never goes well.
I'm
Let the
just
GMs do their job. And I know Troy Weaver's made a couple of questionable decisions, but even then, I don't think this can be pinned as much on him because a lot. I think with a competent coach, you guys have at least 7 to 10 more wins, which isn't a lot, but
that is a lot. That's a lot. That's almost 20. That's almost 7 to
that's
10 wins is almost 20 wins. We have
yeah.
nine. We
Which
have nine.
obviously going into the season, the goal was not that, but the goals were also, in my opinion, a little bit too lofty because there wasn't a crazy amount of roster turnover.
Great.
It was still a lot of the same roster, a lot of young guys. And we've been saying this for almost a year and a half now, but please next season get some vets, put some vets around this team, and
Who can play? Vets who can play. Vets who
yeah,
can
there it is.
vets who are
Not
not like
the
truly vets. Like get another Grimes or something like that. Somebody who's been in the
yeah.
league, but
Now
it's also
Grimes has also he started his Pistons career in a bit of a 3-point shooting slump, but
But the
also like he's
defense,
been dealing with an injury.
and
So
even a 3-point shooting slump, it was, I forgot what game it was, but he took over the Knicks game. He took over the fourth quarter. He was in the slump, scored scored 12 straight in the fourth by himself. The
yeah,
defense was elite. I just need I need player. I need a rotation. I need a
yeah,
roster. I need a
yeah.
roster, a
The only
rotation. It's so bad. It's so bad being a Pistons fan right now.
yeah, we love being like this is a please tell me at least I this is a half at least a half pro Marcus Sasser pod, but sometimes like you get nights like tonight where he just can't shoot and you need a guard off the bench who can do that. Now I think if Grimes was healthy that changes things, but I don't know.
I just need
Um
some competence in this organization. That's
the
all.
only guy who could the only guy who could do anything off the bench today was Fontecchio and
He should be starting. And he should be starting. That's the crazy part. He should be
yeah,
starting, but
yeah, I love beef stew. I'm
maybe
still not for that double big lineup.
it's not even Stu. That's the crazy part. But because my lineup, people would not like my lineup, but my lineup will be
You
crazy.
Duran off the bench?
Quick as hell, quick as hell, quick as hell,
Really?
quick as hell. Cade, Ivy, Fontekios, Asar, Durant, no Asar and Stu. Quick as hell, quick as hell. I
I don't
don't care. I don't
I
care.
saw I saw you guys talking in a space. What's the whole reasoning behind having Duran come off the bench?
The deep his rim protection is dog water.
That's true.
And like people harp on, like I'm a defensive guy. I like people who play defense, but people be harping like defense is not important. And I agree. I agree sometimes, But the idea of your big being your last line of defense and he's not a good defender or good no, he's not a good rim protector. Fuck
Yeah,
defending. He's not a good rim protector.
yeah,
He doesn't contest shots like that. Like Stewart contests shots better than Dern. That's a
yeah,
problem. That's a
yeah.
problem.
It's a problem for now. Now,
The
I
block rate
hope
is bad. Like the
yeah,
block rate is terrible.
yeah.
Um,
Now, I don't want this to seem like I agree with you, but I don't want it to seem like okay, we're giving up on Duran because he's 19. Come on, man.
yeah.
I
I'm
think
not
with
giving up on
experience,
Durant. I just wish again, and this comes back to roster construction. I just wish we had a veteran big who can show them how to play defense and stuff like that.
Mhm.
It just sucks where young guys are teaching young guys and
And you can't have that sort of environment.
that never goes well. So like
Yeah,
it's just tough. That's
yeah.
all I'm gonna say on it. It's just tough. I was gonna rant a little bit, but I don't have that energy to do it because I already did it.
We've all
I
we have put out so many Pistons rants. Uh,
I just want to. I don't even need to see anything else this season. Just I pray, just hit 10 wins this season. I don't care. Hit 10 wins this season. Next season, start off with a. If you don't have a new roster by next season, just start off next season. If it's all this front office is not competent to have a new roster by the start of next season, I'm officially like I make jokes about being a Heat fan. I'm officially a Heat fan. I am officially a Heat fan and probably a Clippers fan. I do
yeah.
not care.
And just a quick note on Russell Westbrook had to get surgery on his hand. Part 1800 of we cannot have nice.
We can't have nice things.
I know Russ is like he's their like 6.5. Like he's a 6 man kind of him and Norman Powell, but like I still love Russ. Always have, always
That means
will.
we get Bones Highland minutes.
Oh dear. Love Bones
Ask him
Highland, but and I hope it works out for him. Oh dear. Hey, hopefully it actually means more Kobe Brown minutes. That'd be great.
Kobe Brown minutes would be nice. Kobe Brown minutes would be nice. I ain't gonna lie to you. That will move me.
Yeah,
We like Kobe Brown over here.
MIZ, baby. I say MIZ as if we're not 0-16 in conference this year. We're so bad.
Oh my
We're
god.
so bad.
Um,
Anthony Robinson has been the only reason why I've still been going to games.
I'm sick.
Hold on real quick. Let me go on a quick. Once again, this will never become, well, I don't think this will never become a college sports podcast, but oh my
Not
God,
yet.
why did a college basketball game take 2.5 hours?
Crazy. Crazy. Tell them how many. Tell them how many reviews and how many fouls was
Yeah,
called.
5 reviews,
Dog. Dog.
most of which were relatively pointless. What else? In the second half alone, there were 28 fouls called.
They
And
said
it's not even like this was a competitive game, especially in the second half. It was Mizzou, who's been terrible, against Auburn, who's 11th in the country. Like, what are we doing here? It was a good first half, in fairness. But the second Auburn pulled away, what are we doing here, refs? Can we just move this along at least a little bit?
just a little
Like, I'm
bit.
not saying to, like, miss egregious fouls, but, like, there's so many little things that
The
I'm just
ticky
like,
tack fouls. The ticky tack.
what are we doing here?
Mm-hmm.
Like the game started at 8, ended at 10:37.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Also, I always get there right when the doors open so I can get in the first couple of rows. I got there at 6:35.
Dog, that game was longer than like a NBA
And
game.
then and of course it was our senior night, so there's an extra half hour at the end to honor the seniors and give them a shout out. I left at 11:15.
That's
Right?
disgusting.
Right. Let me make sure I'm not tripping. Uh, let me make sure.
11:15 is disgusting. Ew.
No. Okay, no. I left at 11. I left at 11.
That's still pretty
Still,
bad.
that's crazy.
That's an NBA
That's
game.
still
That's an NBA game.
no. That's worse than NBA, dude.
Oh.
NBA games take
Yeah.
like 2 hours, 2.5 hours, maybe. Blurred line around there.
Yeah, somewhere around that time.
Except I don't get there that early for NBA games because it's not general admission.
Yeah, that's true.
Ours, of course, student sections are general admission, of course. Man, Anthony Robinson's still awesome. He had a great game. He started to turn it around again. Uh, draft guys, keep your eye on him. If he enters he should start next year, which means he could enter the draft this year, maybe the year after.
I
Depends what
doubt
kind
he
of season
enters
he
the
has.
draft this year. I doubt he enters it.
Not this year. I mean, like in the next draft.
Oh,
He'll
okay.
start next season probably, which means I think he can average a smooth, I don't know, 14-5, 13-5, and then SEC all defense
Oh,
and a
defense.
second year player. Like he's gotten a steal and a half per game in 13 minutes per game. Like obviously steals aren't everything, but he's been awesome. He had a ridiculous block today. By the way, he's 6'2", but he's got long arms and he's got hops. Like he's an athlete. I don't know how he was only a 3-star recruit. Anyway, that's enough of way future draft stuff.
Or in future draft
We're
stuff.
going to talk. Time for us to act like professional scouts. Um, even though that's what I've just been acting like with. Anyway,
All right, we're gonna do something like this. Because we're not gonna do the whole board because not right now. But
that
we're
we
gonna,
don't have time for that. We've already spent enough time talking about like the minimal narrative stuff.
hmm.
We'll probably soon dedicate a whole pod to a big board, but not
Not right now.
No, not right now.
So
Neither of us have done enough draft research. In fairness, mine's going to start the second, like probably by the end of the week. Mine's actually going to start because,
mine was he has time.
well, because we're still making our playoff push. We want to see like once it hits the last 10 games, 10, 15 games of the season, yes, I'm doing my draft stuff.
Right. Agreed. But we do got a little bit. So we go do this little thing. We're gonna pick a player in certain parts of the draft. So we're gonna have for example, you're gonna have the bottom of the draft, so late lottery, your mid lottery, and then your lottery picks in the draft.
Can I give them a better explanation of that?
Yes.
Yeah. So we're gonna take one guy who's the late draft, which is gonna be like second half of the second round, or like honestly, yeah, blurred line around there. Mid draft, which is between like 25 and 45, 25 and 40, whatever. We're gonna have the mid to late first, which is end of the lottery to 25, of course. And then we've got two guys, and then we've got a guy in the lottery. So one for each of those.
Yep.
I realize that's a lot of words, but
it is.
I'm not good at explaining things either. But
so
I'm just going to give the numbers between 40 and 60, 25 and 40, 15 and 25 lottery.
Okay. All right. Since you started it, you might as well start it off.
All right. So we're going to start with the late draft and
work our way up.
Work our way up. I'm going to start with one guy who I'm still a big fan of. If he enters this draft, I'm all for him. I've got Tyrese Proctor out of Duke. Obviously, like he's a little inconsistent with his aggression and whatnot, but looks like he's got a solid shot.
Tyrese Proctor,
and he's just kind of a steady guard, and he's young. So I think the main thing he's got to work on is his aggression, and that's something that you can obviously work on relatively easily. Because I think he really does have the tools. I don't know if he enters this draft or waits until next year when he could end up being in the first round, but we'll see. I'm a fan of him.
Okay. Mine is Justin Edwards from Kentucky. Justin Edwards from Kentucky. I love the potential. So real quick, because I need to explain why I love certain guys, because people like certain guys for different reasons. I love my guys who has high upside. Of course, you want the high upside guys, stuff like that. But my bread and butter of players that I like to crop, and if I could build a player, is the players who can, who's high level playmakers. High level playmakers are connectors, so you can be a high level playmaker or you can be a high level connector. People who play defense, so both sides of the ball. I love both sides of the ball. People who can play defense. You affect the games more than just scoring. If you don't have a jumper, and this is really this is where they get me. If you have somewhat of a jumper, oh man, I see you as a two-way star.
Yeah.
So like I'm the players that like I'm the guy that likes your Asar Thompsons of the world, your Dyson Daniels of the world, the high level, high field type of players who have high field, and then if the jumper comes around, I'm the if the jumper comes around type guy. So
I feel like you're a big fan of Harrison Ingram.
Why you say that?
In fairness, he's shooting 40% from three. I just saw, holy wow.
Yeah, but
he's also shooting 59% from the free throw line. Anyway.
Yeah. So back to my so you're gonna see my picks be somewhere around those type players, but
yeah.
Justin Edwards though, I like the size for the wing, 6'7", 180. He gives me good like good defense. I like the defensive potential. I don't know how good the shooting will be. The shooting is kind of there, but it's kind of not. I
Yeah.
need to see more consistency by game by game, more than just you have one good game and the next two are really bad. I just need to see more consistency in a 3-point shot. It can't just be you're
Yeah.
good for 2 games and then you just have a slump. Um, I really like the flashes of being not a not an all around but not an all around defender, but just being a defender, as in like you don't have your because as a
You're
defender
not
you
going to
want to
get
have a role.
cooked.
As a defender, you want to have a role. You want to have a
Mhm.
role naturally as a defender, but I like the defenders who can be kind of jack of all trades coming
Yeah.
in, and you find your role then. But I feel like that's where he's kind of at. Um, Athleticism is all right. Nothing that pops out of the board and you say, okay,
Yeah.
he's a top tier athlete, but nothing to just shy away from. So that's my late round pick, as in who I would like to see get taken in the draft this year.
Yeah.
Justin Edwards.
Let me give a quick shout out to, I'm going to butcher this first name so badly, Zvonimir Ivicic.
Ooh, I
Um, he's got size. I don't know how switchable he'll end up being at the top level, but he can shoot, can block shots, and he can get rebounds, kind
say
of.
his name again.
Zvonimir Ivicic
Okay. Um, it's
out of
another
Kentucky.
guy that I have late, but I think he's going to do another year in Texas. I think he's going to do
In
another.
Kentucky. He'll definitely do another year, I think, because he's got that upside
Who are you
where
talking about?
if he gets enough minutes, I think he absolutely I think he'll get much more attention if he stays another year.
We talking about two different players. We talking about two
Zvon,
different.
power forward. Oh, you're talking Texas.
I'm talking about Texas. Mitchell, Texas. Delon Mitchell,
Dylan Mitchell.
Dylan Mitchell.
No,
Sorry,
I'm
Dylan
talking
Mitchell.
about Zvonimir Ivicic.
Yeah, I know who you're talking
Even
about. I know who you're talking about. I'm talking about for another guy that I like, but
Dylan Mitchell. Man, we've been talking about him for years, I feel like.
time out. He's only 20. He's only 20, so relax.
Oh, wow, he is. Oh, my God. My
He's
bad.
young. He played on that Mount Verde team. The Mount
Yeah,
Mount
Whatever.
Monteverde Academy. I still love him. He's not gonna. I don't think he's gonna get drafted this year. I see him next year.
No, he's not.
Next year just because of like I don't. Yeah, he's not getting drafted, but I see him next year as a draft prospect. Maybe late first round, early second. But he has the tools. Like again, not a great 3-point shooter. Not a great 3-point shooter. Like
Not a great 3-point shooter, or
can't shoot at
just
all.
really
Shut up. Shut up.
cannot
Can't shoot
shoot.
at all. The free throws are down. So the shooting is not there. But everything else is there. Everything else is there for me. The
Yeah,
defense, the rebounding, he doesn't turn the ball over a lot. He's just he's a guy who knows his role. And I just hope he has a chance. Like he's my worst version of Jordan Walsh in this draft. Like I just want him to get drafted
yeah.
to a good situation. Because if he gets
I
drafted
feel
to a
like
good situation, I see him being a solid
like
NBA, solid role player.
I have a feeling you like Baba Miller too. Those types of dudes.
Just yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Let me point out also, I'm also a big fan of Justin Edwards.
Okay, go ahead.
Anyway, let's move on to like the early second round, late first, that type of range.
Early second round, late first.
Like that 25 through 40 range.
25 through 40. Okay.
My guy here is Hunter Salis. I don't remember how to say his name. Man, I'm just a fan of him. I've been a fan of him since he came out of high school. Just as a shooter, who can kind of connect, maybe could show some point guard, maybe could play some point guard minutes. You never know. Obviously, he didn't have a good first couple seasons in college, but he's really put it together this year at Wake Forest. He's shooting the hell out of the ball. And he's just been a good scorer too. The defense has looked all right. Turnovers aren't bad. And he's scoring the ball. And once again, he's been a great connected passer. I'm just a big fan of big fan of his game. And I think if a team honestly, if anyone can get their hands on him and develop him right and ease him into a role, I think he can become a good NBA player for years to come. He's not as much of a project. He's not a crazy project, so he's not a project second rounder. Which typically I go for. Not really, because he can score the ball. He can shoot. He can kind of play defense so far.
You're right. He's more NBA.
He's on the more NBA ready side of guys who are going to be drafted around this range. Typically around this range, you see a lot of project guys.
Mm-hmm. He's more NBA ready.
Look at the past couple Bulls picks.
Not even that. Look at the Grizzlies pick this year.
GG Jackson, yeah.
Yes, the situation is bad because they don't have a roster. But
although, as a note, shout out to him. He's been insane. He shouldn't be this good. And he shoot like
30. Talk about. Because if you watch him in college, G. Jackson in college, he was really
shot creation. 35%.
The shot creation in college.
Yeah.
Oh, it
was a matter of the shot falling, and it wasn't falling.
You better stop. Oh boy, G.G. Jackson in college. If you knew, you knew. But G.G. Jackson offensively was always going to be solid. I'm gonna just say solid. But
he was always going to get there. It was just a matter of if he was going to be able to get the touches, because he shot under 40% from the field.
Yeah, I agree, but that because
as a 6'9" dude, I don't.
Talk about. His coaching was bad. His coaching was terrible.
That is true.
His system was terrible, and then they stopped playing through him. Don't do that. Don't do that for my boy.
Which is really stupid.
You stop playing through your best player, and you say he got coaching issue. He can't be coached. No, bro, you tripping. You're tripping. But
welcome to South Carolina.
But
we're supposed to not like South Carolina, I guess. So yeah.
Yeah. My pick in this round.
Yeah.
I got two. They're both. One is underwhelming, and one is I ain't gonna say bad. I don't want to.
Right.
So mine is between DJ Wagner or Zach Edey.
Okay.
DJ really. Oh man, I was pretty. I thought DJ was gonna be like a mid-lottery pick, and it's not been it. But that's because of the guards they already have. The guards
that is true. He's not gotten much opportunity.
The opportunity is there, so I'm gonna go with DJ then. Opportunity is kind of not there. The guards that they have is really good. It's really good.
They got dudes at guard.
They got dogs over there in Kentucky at guard. But
they got so many guys. That's the thing. They've recruited almost too well, so they have to play so many freshmen. Don't pick them to go far in March Madness, by the way. Just as a note.
I don't know. Rob can do some damage, boy.
He's a freshman.
Boy.
They've got so many young guys. I don't think. Not saying they're going to fold under pressure, but that's just kind of how it works with such young teams. They've been really streaky this year.
Mm-hmm.
I never trust that in March Madness to go really far.
Okay.
Trust them for an upset, although they're going to be seeded too high to be considered like upset potential. That type of whatever.
It depends who they face. Because you can be a high seed, still get be upset potential.
And still, Anyway,
but DJ, the playmaking flashes are still there. So the playmaking that I like to see, the age, he doesn't turn the ball over a lot. Playmaking flashes are still there. The jumper is again a jumper for me. If it's there, we can have a conversation. The jumper is kind of streaky. Recently he has been hitting all right relatively. He had one good game that kind of carries his percentage up a little bit.
Yeah.
I think he went 4 for 5 and 6 for 7 from the field, something like that. But he had one good game. But the playmaking, what I love about it,
I think it was their game against Bama, if I'm not mistaken.
I think so.
He played really well.
Let me see.
It was their game against Bama.
Yep, yeah, it was 2 games ago. Yep, so it was 2 days ago. So yeah, Bama. But the playmaking is still there. He doesn't turn the ball over. He can get an offensive set. He can get the offense set and ran. It's just about how good is he, like NBA, how good is going to translate to the NBA.
Yeah. Yeah. And as a note on Zach Edey, I don't mind. I would never mind a team taking a chance on a guy like him, just because in fairness, the complaint about him, which has been very warranted, is that his whistle is absolutely insane.
His whistle is insane, dog.
His whistle is ridiculous, but it never hurts. Never hurts, but to risk a second rounder on him, on a 7'4", 300-pound dude who has great post.
Who's mobile? Who's been mobile? Who's been relatively mobile?
I don't blame anyone for taking a chance on him.
I wouldn't blame anybody taking a chance on Zach Edey. He's relatively mobile. He has a 7'4" height with the 300 pounds. The wingspan is super long. Like, he has a super long wingspan. So like
he's a big dude.
He gobbles up space, and you always need that.
And people we don't know how the athleticism is still a little bit of a concern, but screw it, man. Take a shot at him. I think I feel like the narratives have gone too far about his lack of athleticism. So honestly, I'd take a late first on him in this type of draft. Maybe I would.
I wouldn't be mad at it.
I don't know.
One thing you know is the rebound is going to be there. He's going to crash the boards. He takes up, like I said, he takes up so much space in the rebounding. His range of rebounding, where he can the radius, it's so good that it's hard to.
And I think part of that is because of he's filled out for a guy his size. Typically, when we get guys that are 7'4", 7'5", whatever, they're skinny. Typically, those guys are skinny. He's not. And I don't know. I'm really interested to see what we can get out of him, how much of his game translates.
The thing I think automatically would translate is the touch and the rebounding. I think that will
definitely
easily. Everything else, the athleticism, seeing how he guards in space, we need to actually guard in space and see how he is and as a drop defender, blah blah blah, things like that. But just for what he is right now, he's worth a late second round pick, early second round pick. Sorry.
Late first, early second. Yeah, I know.
Late first, early second. But those are my players.
Next, we're gonna go that mid first round range, which is between 15 and 25. We talked a bit before the pod. Obviously, I didn't know all the guys that he was gonna choose, but we had the same guy, so I decided to go with someone else.
You can go with him because I got a different guy. You can go with him. Go ahead.
All right, and give a shout out to real quick. shout out to Kevin McCullough. Takes me a lot to give a KU guy his flowers, but he looks pretty good. Honestly, like he's an athlete. He can defend, good connective passing, and he can score. His three ball doesn't look great, but he shot all right from the line. He's just an older prospect, so that's what's holding him back. But I think he can be a solid guy in the NBA. And the other one who we were talking about bad situations with Gigi Jackson. I think the same thing has happened now twice for Khalil Ware.
Go ahead, because that's the guy we both picked. Go ahead.
Yeah, we both picked Khalil Ware. He's just an really interesting prospect. He's got an NBA body. Pause. Is that a pause?
No, it's not. It doesn't need to be. No.
Pause. But he's got good NBA frame. Obviously, he can put on a little bit of weight, but I think he can do that pretty easily. Give him NBA level dieting. Yeah, he's fine. Solid rim protector. Surprisingly, pretty good passer out of the post. And his three ball, yes, it's on only an attempt and a half per game, but he's shooting 42% from three. It's a little scary. I'm not gonna lie.
It's a little scary. Go
on. I think he's got solid upside. Solid-ish rebounder, decent rim protector. I like him a lot. What did I miss on him? I feel like I missed some stuff.
Like you said, the solid rim protecting. I think the rim protecting, like he's more. What's his height? He's 7 foot, but he doesn't move like he's 7 foot. He's he's mobile, as in like relative to that height. He's mobile. He's mobile, not mobile, but
same thing.
Solid rim protector. I don't think he could be an NBA ready rim protector, but he can be he's not NBA ready rim protector, but the rim protection is there. The flashes are there. The shooting, I still don't believe in it, but the 42% to 44, I think, shows flashes of it. The attempts are pretty low, so it doesn't. You have to work around it. His free throw percentage is 79%. So
no, it's way lower than that. It's only
lower than that?
65. It's only 65.5%, which is why I do have reservations on the shot. But
I was looking at somebody else at 79%.
I still think he's got a really high ceiling. So that's what I like about him. And also his rim running ability has shown to be pretty good. It's just 2 years in a row, 2 schools in a row, where he's just not had a good situation. Like he's not had great playmakers around him.
That's fair. Yeah, that's where that is.
Like he knows where to be on offense.
Yes. He knows where to be on offense. He knows how to move on offense with bad playmakers. Imagine if he had a solid playmaker as his lead guard. Him and DJ and him will be kind of fire together, personally.
Low key. I do think, once again, he's not NBA ready yet. Give him a year, but I think he can absolutely be a relative mainstay in the NBA for a long time. He
will have a good career in the NBA.
Definitely.
And real quick, a lot of guys in this draft are, because they're considering this a weak draft, which is kind of is weak relative to
just because at the top end.
Right. Relative to past draft, this is kind of weak. But if you want a player who's going to be 10-year plus in the league, this draft is where you go get them. Everybody in this draft is going to be really solid as a role player or as a bench guy. Some is going to be your all stars and stuff like that. But relative to like other drafts, this draft is really all right when it comes to deeper in talent at the end of the class. My guy.
Anyway, who's the guy that?
My guy is Isaiah Collier. This is a point guard who.
He's all right. So we've got go with him. He's technically still because he's still in the lottery, but we'll let you go with him.
So he's dropped off a lot of people's boards.
Yeah.
Um, I don't know why. I know why, but like it doesn't really make sense. If you want to say the injury, sure, Cook, you got it. But after he came back after the injury, oh my man has been on timing. My man has been on timing. Everything, everything to make him a before college season started. Everybody had him a top 10 guaranteed. People have him out of the top 15. People have him on the lower end. Not lower end of the draft, but top they're on the back end of the top 15. Um, I don't see it at all. You talk about the scoring, he had like the scoring outburst and the consistency of the scoring has been really solid. The 3 point shot is
Yeah.
not falling the way you want it to, but I
Mhm.
feel like that's more of effective of the injury than
Yeah.
um what's going on. Also, like he doesn't have the greatest roster around him. Doesn't have the
Yeah.
greatest
He
roster
doesn't.
around him. The
And
fit
I
is
think he's a guy who will thrive with better players around him.
yeah. The fit around him is not ideal. But the fit around him is not ideal. But you're talking about a guard who can get to the line. When we always love a guard who can get to the line, that means you're getting paint touches. That means you're at least changing or bending the defense your way in your direction. He's been efficient since he came back. He had a 31-point outburst for its efficiency, shooting 14 for 20. Um, it's just the playmaking could be better, but
A little. I
hold on.
disagree a little bit. I think he's just trying a little bit too much, and it's shown in his turnovers.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Um,
It could be
and
better.
that's something he'll need to clean up,
Yeah,
definitely. And I think
it's
he
something.
will.
It's something he'll need to clean up, but I don't know how much you take that from the roster he has around him. Also, so it's kind of let's see what he is in a better situation. But basically, what I'm saying is the disrespect of having him outside the out, and I've seen it a lot. I've seen it a lot. People and shout out to the
Having
guards
him,
ahead of him. Shout out to the guards ahead of him because they have been balling. But like
people
the
have him outside the top 8, and I'm just like,
people have him outside the top
are
10,
we
and
sure about this?
people have him outside the top 10, and it makes me look like, are we being dead ass?
What are we
Um,
doing here, man?
exactly. Tell me what we're
I
doing.
think he's that good.
Yeah. But
But he's
Isaiah
got
Crowder
that type
here
of
is
upside.
my mid lottery. You're 15.
Yeah. But last thing with him, he's got an NBA frame. He's 6'4", 205, and he's strong.
Yeah.
So I really do believe in his ability to become someone at that level.
Yeah.
Um,
Y'all gonna be wrong when he don't. Y'all gonna be like, how did he fall out of the top 10? Y'all gonna look stupid.
yeah.
It-
Anyway,
we have players like we have players like never mind. But go ahead. Never mind.
we have players like who ahead of him?
Never mind.
All right.
Nothing.
Now, top of the draft. Um, my favorite guy here is Zachary Risache.
Go
Um,
ahead.
not a crazy amount to say about him. His usage hasn't been crazy high, but
The
I
efficiency has been
his efficiency has been fantastic. Like he's
all that.
shooting almost on 3.5 attempts per game, in fairness, but he's been shooting almost 45% from three, 50% from the field, only 69 nice percent from the free throw line, but that'll improve. I really believe it will. Um, Solid enough connective passer, can defend, solid height, I should say. I believe in his upside a lot, and he's still, as it sit right now, he's 18. Oh my God, he's younger than me. Oh, what am I doing with my life?
If you had the height of 7'1", if I had James Wiseman height, oh my god. Let me shut
That's
up.
what we all say, but still, man.
Let me relax. Let me relax. But yeah,
Oh,
yeah. You're getting
why
up.
do I have to? Why do I have to be 5'7"?
Oh, oh man, 5'7".
Anyway, yeah, I'm short.
Yeah,
I thought we knew this.
yeah.
Um,
Let me shut up. But go ahead.
Anyway,
Continue.
I
Continue.
think he's awesome. And his shot creation has shown to be pretty freaking good. His handle looks pretty solid. Um, and once again, he's efficient and young. You don't typically get that.
That's a
Uh,
fact. That's a
that's
fact.
why I really like him as a prospect. Uh, yeah, he's probably I think the best guy in this draft is Nikola Topic, but like I still like him a lot, and I think he's the guy who Detroit should take. Um, anyway, go ahead for you.
Ah, man. Oh, mine. It's a couple of people in this top end draft.
Yeah.
It's a couple of people that you can take, and I wouldn't be mad about it. My guy. And the disrespect has kind of been disgusting that I've been seeing. But hey, we all gotta learn. And again, I could be wrong, but mine is Alexander Sarr. Oh man, you talk about a player who has the rim protection, like not even rim protection. At worst, it's not that much you can bank on in the NBA and players coming in. Like for Zach, you can say the shooting is going to be there. At worst, he's going to be a good shooter. You can say that, and I can say the same thing about my man Sar. At worst, he's going to be a good rim protector and a good defender. At worst, the angles that he takes, the angles that he blocks shots at is kind of unconventional. It's kind of different. People are getting irritated from the he's a seven. I'm tired of these 7'1" big men trying to dribble and stuff like that. Blah 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 blah. I do not care. If I see a prospect where I see the upside and the floor and the upside, which is very well right now with him. You got a couple people here in this draft that the floor and the upside is really well. You have a handful of people that you can go with, but I think Sar is the best complementary when it comes to like in the NBA. He won't be ready day one, but if you need him to play day one, he can.
Yeah.
Um,
I do like him. I
you don't believe in the shot.
still I don't know how much I love. I don't know really what to make of him floor wise or ceiling wise.
Okay.
In fairness, but I think he will be at worst, I think, a
Right.
solid level center. I think he'll develop into that. Now, the thing is, I don't believe in the shot. I really don't. I know he's young, also younger than me. Oh my God, what am I doing with my life? Um,
I believe in this.
but I
I believe.
I think he can develop something, but I don't think it'll be good enough to give him like any sort of uh how do I explain? Like, I don't know how high the ceiling will be if the shot doesn't really get there. Um,
The ceiling
he's
could
more
be
of a project,
the
and I
ceiling could
think he's
be.
too much. In my opinion, he's too much of a project to take first overall.
You serious?
I wouldn't
You serious?
obviously like I think in most other drafts, yes, I wouldn't blame a team for taking him first overall at all. Because I don't like if a team already has a franchise like a
I will pair him
I
next
don't
to
want to
Wemby.
if a team already has um a point guard, yeah, take him first overall. Um I'm just saying if I were to take any of these guys first overall, like build a team from scratch, I wouldn't take him first overall.
If you're the Spurs, okay, come on.
If
If
I'm the
you're the Spurs,
Spurs, I'm taking Topic actually.
I am taking Sar.
Okay.
Why are you taking top it? Okay, I can see why. Obviously,
They
need a
need a
guard.
point guard.
I will
I
have.
think it's more
Go ahead.
I think it's more of a based. I think a lot of teams are going to draft based on need this draft.
I agree. Reason why I think Sar is your one, and it's not even like we can have questions and debates and stuff like that, but like if I'm the Spurs and I get one, I have generational rim protection. Like Wemby is a rim protector already, and he's good.
Oh,
You're
that is
never,
terrifying.
you're never scoring in that paint. You're never scoring in that paint. You better be the best shooting team, and you can't hunt me either because you want to play drop against me. And all right, we can play drop. We can play drop. We can do any coverage you want. You can do any coverage you want. The rim protection will be generational. It will feed families. And then Wemby can play the four. Now Wemby can play the four. He actually has a five who's not undersized, who can kind of move, who's going to be at worst a good rim protector. Then you have something cooking. Wemby can be the connector. Like you now you have an inside out game.
Right. Yeah, I think once again it is one that I really think depend. If the Wizards end up with the first pick, I don't know who the hell they go with.
That's not fair because the Wizards don't know what they're doing either.
That is that is fair.
If the Grizzlies get the number one pick, guess what? Alex Sarr.
They're drafting Sarr easily.
Sarr.
Now you have the. Wouldn't that kind of be unfair if they end up with the first pick?
Now you have the now you have the Triple J and Sarr rim protection. Oh man, how are you scoring? Like I really
that'd be crazy.
Think about I'm really value defense so much, and I'm thinking about if you get him and you already have a good power forward or a good center who can be a rim protection and just slide over to the four. I don't know how you guard it. How are you going to score in my paint? How are you going to score in my paint? That's why I want a certain team to go get my boy Sarr. I want Sarr as a Piston, just because like now I have a rim protector, and now if I keep Stewart, now I have a perimeter defender. If I don't keep Stewart, whatever you want to do, if I keep a Sarr, so I got a Sarr, and I know the shooting and the spacing will be, but like awful. The defense will be. Defense will be
Hey yo. Hold up. Let's keep it. Pause.
Go ahead.
All right. No. I'm saying like we're talking about basketball here, not other things. Why are you reacting like that?
Oh, I was not even in that mode. Relax.
I know you weren't, but you sounded like it.
Yeah.
Anyway,
like if we got a Sarr and Sarr, that defense would be.
That defense would be crazy.
Boy, I get it. The shooting would be in the gutter. Like shooting would be terrible. But boy, again, I bank on my players who can show me flashes of shooting to be a good shooter in the NBA. I bank on it. And that's not fair to say and put that on the players, but that's what I bank on. Because if you have everything else and the shooting is the only problem, Joy Daniels' team, we're gonna be fine. Like that's me. I'm that guy. But I still shout out to Zach. Zach is still a top pick on my board if I'm going top 3. I still think Ron Holland is still a top 5 pick.
Yeah, me too, actually.
I like Nikola as the point guard leading the team as the lead guard, and I like Buzelis as that wing who can do it. Is your do it all wing? So any of those have their case to.
I do like Matas. I know the shot hasn't fallen at all, but I still like Matas.
But everybody has their case to be kind of number one. Everybody kind of got their case, but obviously the top 3 to be number 1 is Sarr, Zach, and
Topic.
You can sneak in
not really
Williams. You can sneak in Ron. You can sneak in
Buzelis. I think if a team obviously I understand for Topic, Sarr, and Risache, I would understand any of the 3 going forward. But if you're going to take anyone else, you'd probably best try to trade down.
You can have a conversation while Ron Holland should be.
I mean, I guess I wouldn't.
And like, if you're an efficiency slut, that's a bad word. But
that's a way to put it.
If you're an efficiency guy,
If you really value that,
you can go Cody Williams, even if like you're a super efficiency guy, but you know,
yeah. Now, I also
edit that part out.
like that's yeah. Maybe you should. If you don't, I'm sure we both said worse things on here. Um, but honestly, I think the only three. But then you trade down. I
Yeah,
really
you
think you
trade
trade
down.
down at that
You
point.
trade down.
Um, but the top three, I think, are close enough to where I think you can
You have
take
a
any
case
of them.
for any of those three. You have a case for any of those three. But yeah, oh, that was a good. That was a good
Once
way to
again, shout out to Reed Shepard. He's awesome.
reach up.
Um,
Just the backcourt of Kentucky is just nice. Ron Holland, no Rob
Kentucky
Dillingham.
has so many. Not even the backcourt, just all of Kentucky.
They're
They
guard.
have so many good players. It's crazy.
The guards for Kentucky are just ready for the NBA.
Yeah.
And that's usually what it is. Kentucky guards are usually NBA ready.
Yeah. And once again, they just recruited so unbelievably well. So, yeah.
So yeah.
Anyway, we've been going for that.
And
That's going to be that. Should I close this out?
yeah, close this out, big dog.
All right. Let's see. Thank you for listening to another episode of the GameTime Review podcast. If you're on YouTube, please leave a like and subscribe. If you're on Spotify, please rate 5 stars and drop a follow. Speaking of dropping a follow, our socials will be linked in the description. If you're feeling ever so generous, share the pod with a friend who you think might enjoy it. Once again, thank you for listening, and we'll talk to you guys hopefully in a week.
We've been consistent, so let's try to be more consistent. Peace.
Let's keep it consistent.
Yo, relax. Relax. I still gotta post it. But peace, y'all. Thank y'all for listening. Thank y'all for watching.